Look at that. Okay, I think, oops, she nearly dropped it. Lucky there's no hyenas around. Started alarm calling at her. So this is the reason the tracks have been going to and fro. I must have walked so close to her about 3 times yesterday. But there's a possibility she might have been with the cubs, so not here. You know, she's eating the dyker's nose at the moment. I'm just trying to think where we can move. Unfortunately, at the moment, this is our best spot, so we're going to stick with it. So I know all of you are as happy as me to catch up with the Queen of Djuma in magnificent light. And good to see she's got a meal. Nice marula tree that she's in. And you can see how difficult it is to spot them from a distance. Now, in this particular area is where I was playing hide from the buffalo yesterday. Let's have a look. Should we have a look from over here, Jean-Andre? We're just going to have a quick look. So Julianne, who's watching on YouTube, is wondering, when will the cubs begin to eat meat? Normally at about 3 months or so, maybe even a little bit younger sometimes, but it shouldn't be too long now. Okay, hang on, let's just try and sneak through, see if we can get it. How's that, Chandra? There we go. No branch in the way. So what this means is the cubs are still to the south of us because we've had tracks to and from, to and from, to and from. This morning I must have had 3 different sets of her tracks crossing the southern boundary. But of course she's still utilizing this area to hunt. And hopefully she's going to bring those little ones back to Djuma soon. So I haven't seen whether it's a male or female duiker just yet that she's caught. Now, Karula really likes duiker and steenbok. Those are her sort of 2 preferred prey species. It looks like she's going to move us into an awkward spot for us again. Let's just try and go around a little bit more. How's that, Chandra? Will that do? Oh, isn't that beautiful? You guys hear that clickety-click? Sorry, that's just me. Such a beautiful sight. I can't resist but click off a few shots. If you listen carefully, you can even hear her crunching. Oh, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So Laura in Happy Valley is saying, Brent, you said you had 3 sets of her tracks to and from across the road this morning, but she's wondering, how do you track an animal through the bush and on the grass? With great difficulty, Laura. That's probably why I didn't find her. So at the moment, the ground's very hard. It is quite difficult to see the tracks, and fortunately, we have found her, but I'm a bit frustrated. I should have found her yesterday. I was just looking a little bit too far to the east. I was probably about 100 meters away, checking all the big marula trees in the block on the other side of Weaver's Nest. Oh, look at that. She's about to move it, and it is a male duiker. It's amazing the balance a leopard has. Incredible climber. So she'll come here, she'll feed on this duiker kill before returning to feed on the cubs. So she's generally going to be hunting in an area quite close to where her den site is. At the moment, we're pretty confident that her den site is on the other side of the main access road, Gowrie Main, so within a property called Little Gowrie. But hopefully she will be moving that den site soon. Oh, look at that. She's just moving that carcass to get a better view. Oh, sorry, not to get a better view, to get a better grip, a better place to feed. So Zinc on YouTube is asking, is she used to the people in the vehicles? She seems to look over but doesn't seem too perturbed at all. Well, Zinc, she's very used to vehicles, not so much people. I don't believe she sees the individual people in each of the vehicles. She does know the vehicles there, and she has been followed by them since she was a small cub. As long as you drive respectfully and carefully around, she's not going to react badly to the vehicles. Obviously, if you drive too close or you drive too fast, then she might react. But if we keep our distance and keep our respect, it's going to be just like this. She's going to carry on with her natural life as she would if we weren't here. So Len in Virginia is wondering, where does the name Karula come from? And if does it mean anything? Karula is the peaceful one. It is the Shangaan word for peaceful. And that's where the name comes from. Although she doesn't look completely peaceful eating the poor duiker. But if you're a duiker, she's definitely not a peaceful one. And Len's also asking about the other names of leopards. They have different meanings. Bless you, Jean-Andre. And of course, lots of different meanings. Like Mvula means the rain. Tingana means the shy one. Tandi means the loved one. Very, very beautiful in this late afternoon light. Jean-Andre, should we try get onto the other side of the light? Are you happy where we are? No, we're going to stay here. Jean-Andre thinks this is going to be the best view for us. So Gracie, who's 8 years old and a very firm, staunch Safari Live fan, is watching with her grandfather for the first time today. And her grandpa asked, is it going to fall out of the tree? To which Gracie replied, no, silly grandpa, she's very good at trees and she's the queen of this area. That's right, Gracie. Karula is particularly good in the trees. Like most leopards, they are designed to be able to climb incredibly well, and I don't think we're ever going to see Karula fall from a misstep. Maybe a stumble or two, but I don't think she's ever going to fall out of a tree. And you can see that late afternoon light is getting better and better. So look at this, it is just wonderful. Sorry guys, I'm just a little bit distracted. One of the vehicles got stuck. The taxon was just helping him move out. Let's just try and get another view of her from the other side. There are a lot of vehicles who want to come see her, but we will come back a little later once the pandemonium has calmed down. I don't think anyone seems to have seen a leopard. It is also Easter weekend, so lots of people about. We'll just try and get another view from the other side. Oh dear, if my card is... Oh, there you go. So Aiden, who's in Canada, is wondering how much food does a leopard need to eat each day to survive. Well, Aiden, they don't normally eat every day, normally once every 2 or 3 days. And a meal like this little duiker will be plenty enough to keep her going for a couple of days. She'll probably have to, feed more regularly. I forgot about the aerial for a second there. While she's got cubs, just so she can keep producing milk. But so normally she'll probably be feeding every 2 to 3 days at the moment. Just wait for Andrew to finish moving. So guys, we try only keep one vehicle moving in a sighting at a time. So it looks like Andrew's trying to get out of here. So I'm just going to wait for him to stop moving. There we go. Okay, how's that for you, Jean-Dre? There we go. Sorry guys, just going to be on the game drive for a second. Look at that, she's making short work of that little diker. So we don't have too long, guys, before we have to move out, because there are quite a few vehicles standing by. And we are nice, so we do share, because that's how we do it out here.
I'm also making my way out of the Karula lock. You will stand by, but you will behind.
So Susan in Florida is wondering, is she turning her head to the side like that to use her carnassial teeth to shear the meat? Actually, she's using her premolars at the moment, Susan. She's using them to crush the soft nasal bones of the diker. So she'll be feeding off the stuff that's in the nasal cavity. There we go, you can see. And she's using her premolars to actually break the bone off there. And she is chewing bits of bone, soft bone. She'll be able to eat quite easily. Oh, look at her, isn't she beautiful? So you see, even while she's feeding, she's very alert. So she is in the shadow at the moment of the tree. You can see the golden light behind her. So it pays to be very alert. So there could be hyenas coming in. So she'll always stop, listen and look while she's feeding every now and then. You can actually hear the bones crunching. So there's an aeroplane flying over. So if you hear that noise, don't worry about it. So you can actually see the eye socket of the diker there. Quite often, the eyes will be eaten quite one of the first things that'll be eaten. And other than that, the very first things that'll be eaten are the liver, lungs, kidneys, and heart. Of course, specifically the liver is quite sought after, high iron content, lots of nutrients if you're a leopard. So at the moment, she's probably going to chew right through and open the brain cavity. On the small antelope like this, she's going to be able to break open that. On bigger antelope, she wouldn't be able to. See how she's trying to get her molars and premolars in there now, right to the back, to be able to crush those soft bones in the face of the diker. So quite often, all that will be left of a kill like this will be the skull cap. So that really thick top part of the skull where the horns are. Okay, Joannie would like to know, what will Karula do when she's finished with the carcass? She'll just let the little bits fall. If a hyena does happen to find this, it'll feed off those little bits of bone, but sometimes the carcass can stay in the tree. Look at that, turning her head right to the side. but mostly those bits of carcass as she's finished with them will fall. On a small antelope like this, she'll eat almost the whole leg, so all the bones she'll crush up to try and get to the marrow. It's only on bigger animals that she might struggle to do that. Sorry guys, I just need to listen to the Game Drive channel. Johan, how many other vehicles are still standing by after you? How many other standbys are after Johan? And that's it? Oh, Ephraim. Oh, from Jacobin, okay. Oh, look at that, see, her head, her eyes are up, checking around, making sure nothing's about. So it's amazing, a hyena will be able to hear that crunching of the bone and will actually be attracted not only by the smell, but by that sound. So Doodles is wondering why she's eating the face when it looked like there was more meat on the body. Doodles, I didn't see much meat left on the body. There's just a little bit around the neck and on some of the legs. Now, she will be trying to get into that brain cavity, obviously very high in protein, so a very good meal if you're a female leopard. Some brains, and so it's not only zombies, but leopards and lions that like brains as well. So, hi Cameron, who's eight years old. Cameron would like to know, do any of these animals ever choke when they eat bones? Well, they can do, Cameron, and quite often they'll then start coughing and they cough up big hairballs of bones and fur, very smelly things, but they're not normally going to die from it. They're normally able to get it out by forcing it out. Peggy would like to know, by eating all those small bones, does that give her extra calcium? It does, Peggy, and you'll find a lot of the predators will eat the smaller bones, the bones that they are able to break up. Now, not all of the bone will be digested. Quite a lot of it will pass out in her feces, or she will vomit it out in a hairball as well. But generally, all the little bits that are broken up will provide extra calcium for her. So guys, we're going to wait for the other vehicles to come. We'll give them a chance, but we'll come back here later once there's not so many people waiting to get in. station standing by for Karula coming. Copy. I'll make space for you. I'll come back a little bit later so everyone can get a chance to see her in the light. So guys, we're going to jump across to Jamie. We're going to try to come back to Karula if she doesn't move too much later, but we're going to give everyone else an opportunity to also view this spectacular animal. Oh, we'll wait until she repositions. There we go. So let's go see what Jamie's up to.
Oh, I'm